Alright, Chapter 13, Coding. Practical Guide for Pipeline Construction Inspectors. Alright, coding. Overview. Coding of the pipeline provided with a protective barrier against the damage through the pipe with the corrosion scrape. The majority of the coding operation occurs in a centralized plant. However, the single individual pipe joints are welded together during the construction process. The girth welding area requires coding in the field. While coding requires specialized expertise not just for the execution of the work, but also inspection of the work, there are a number of items that the inspector should be aware of as a part of the undertaking the role effectively. As such, of the information presented with the section deviates somewhat, but the majority of the chapters in this document and focus is providing inspectors sufficient knowledge to understand the limitations of the role, context of coding inspection. 13.2 Inputs. The inspector is not expected to undertake significant coding inspection activities. Some indicate the typical inputs provided as an orientation. This information is detailed in Table 92. 13.3 Execution. While the work is being executed, the inspector is required to monitor the workmanship report on the progress periodic basis. Some of the coding inspection specialized role that is provided with the section focus. Some of the items would typically require specialized coding expertise. Indication of the items would prompt the inspector to escalate the identified issues. Typical items of the inspector will monitor during the coding process are identified in a series of checklists detailed in Table 91. Alright, Table 91, Monitoring Requiring Coding. Prior to commencing on a daily basis, ensure the key issues have been identified in detail and addressed. Safety. Monitor operation adherence to the owner company project safety, specific safety requirements. Environmental consideration. Identify specific items should be monitored with the coding operation related with the specifically owner company and project specific environmental protection plan. General pipeline surface preparation, coding operation, typical monitoring requirements for the non-specialized inspector. Note that it is important to identify those situations require specialized coding inspector. Ensure all pipeline coding damage has been identified and repaired prior to the physical lowering in of the pipe. 13.4 When general inspectors may be asked to assist the coding inspector, they are not to perform coding inspection activities on their own. Some indication of the typical outputs involved in the background information are detailed in Table 97. Our typical input requirements coding inspection, Table 92. Information recording coding. All drawing specifications developed by the owner and company contractors relating coding, such as coding process, coding specification, lining sheet. Manufacturer supplied information, storage and handling requirements, material safety data sheets, coding material contracts, permits related to coding, non-destructive examination, construction survey, permits related to environmental road use, safe work, owner company safety plan, but included but not limited to the requirements of personal protective equipment, emergency medical services, project-specific environmental protection plan, detailed coding requirements following, but not limited to water courses, wetland, musky, swamp areas, wildlife habitats, migratory roads, and other project-specific plans which may include coding plan. Table 93. Prior to commencing work, participate in daily meetings, address job safety hazard identification and environmental concern with duties, inspector pipeline contract, tailgate meetings as required, ad hoc meetings, contractor to discuss, clarify questions, concern, verify blasting meeting, coding meetings are approved. Table 94, Safety Concerns Coding. Ensure whip checks are installed with a hose. Ensure protection is placed and prevent blast media from the ensuring valves, pipe fittings, and appurtenances. Ensure specialized coding inspector is engaged to identify additional safety requirements. Table 95, Typical monitoring requirements, environmental consideration. Review site-specific requirements of blast media. Silica-based media may require specialized disposal methods. Ensure specialized coding inspector is engaged to identify above and additional environmental requirements. Alright, Table 96, Typical monitoring requirements, general piping, surface preparation, coding operation. Ensure all materials are handled and stored with the manufacturer owner company specification. Ensure all materials being used match owner's company specification. Ensure materials are not expired per manufacturer expiry date. Ensure all containers containing material are in good condition, not damaged in any way. Ensure all the required key arrays are completed before applying protective coatings. Ensure all Jeep equipment and setting are appropriate for the different thickness for the coating. Monitor holiday detection activities compliant with the owner company requirements. Monitor continual construction contractors supply Jeeping holiday detector instruments that use electrically to locate coating discontinuity. Ensure the directors are set with the correct voltage and its proper grounding. Check all welding joints for holidays or after being coated. Confirm all coatings and defects are marked in repair and pipe section re-Jeep. Before lowering in the pipe, conform holiday jeeping is conducted immediately behind the rear lowering cradle. Sliding and assemble the rollers side boom used to lift the pipe section. Coating damage of the rollers. Ensure coating repairs are completed in accordance with project coating standards. General housekeeping and coated related debris, gloves, brush, rollers, containers, overspray. Or identify a situation that requires specialized coating expertise required with the items associated with the following: conform qualification coating applicators, conform appropriate preheat temperatures, conformance circumference of pipe, confirm the coatings only apply with a strip of water atmospheric, requires owner company specification, manufacturer specification, ensure surface profile is checked with complying with the owner specification record, anchor profile specification, pipe search roughness pattern, achieve maximum coating adhesion, addition, substandard quality work examination, finished work with the compliance code standard specification drawing, interpretation of specification codes, confirmation of any issues related to coating repair. 13.7. Typical outputs of coating inspection, typical reporting requirements record, any general record, any what are the other logistical conditions that cause the increase or decrease expected progress. Record holiday detector setting, calibration, resolve of the per owner company forms, ensure completion as built, red line drawings. Alright, daily. Complete the coating progress reports. Include work completed daily to the date. Include combination of coating product, containers, number, type of the coating products, number of the manufactured coating products, color of the coating products, batch and lot numbers of the coating products, shelf life of the coating products in use, holiday testing report, anchor profiles, dry film, thickness, all profile layers, and coating system quality, workmanship, owner company specific coating inspector forms, start and end points, completed coating distance, start and end points, skip locations where they're not, why they are not completed. Alright, your reference coding. Note to the user: the reference information provided in Table 98 is intended as a guide only, as listed with the non-exhaustive documents nature of the updated frequently into the remains responsible for the user ensure that the correct most current documents or references appropriate. Alright, you have your Canadian standards, you have association, fusion bond epoxy coatings, polyethanol coatings, polyethanol foam, insulation coatings, Ingo Foundation, field applied coatings best practice, NASA, SPO 185, excluded polyethylene resin coating system, soft adhesive underground submerged pipe, SP0 188, discontinuing holiday testing, new protective coatings on conductive substrates, SP0 490, holiday detection, fusion bond epoxy, external coatings 250 to 760 or 10 to 30 mils. Alright, Chapter 14, lowering in.